Tooralooraloora, it's an Irish lullaby. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a collaboration today from the Cajun Blade and Shamrock Shaving Customs.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we would like to talk about a new bowl artisan, Brousseau and Dove.
Our new friend, David. And y'all, they are making some of the most extraordinary shaving bowls we have ever seen. Fine porcelain, handmade museum pieces, and everything from the materials to the pattern on the bottom of the bowl to the architecture of the way the sides meet the bottom have been so thoroughly considered for this hobby that they have already made a worldwide splash. And when they reached out and offered to send one to our little show, we were so overwhelmed by the size of this gift that we said, under the sole condition that we can meet up with you and buy you lunch because you're right across the bay from us. Y'all, this is a picture of us at the Cheesecake Factory with our new friend David, who is the artist behind Brousseau and Dove, and our 1 hour lunch stretched on to 3.5 hours while we heard all about his company and these extraordinary pieces. And this is how they come once they put the final decals on them, which are all reminiscent of early tattoo flash artwork, absolutely inspired. I asked him if one had ever broken in shipping, and he said, not yet. But again, look how these are packaged.
Oh, look at how cool.
No kidding.
Hey!
And a note! Hope you enjoyed from David.
Aww.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, this is just the height
Its
of
own
luxury.
custom
Yeah,
box?
take it out. Beautiful logo on the front. All right,
Okay,
open
you
it
pull
up.
the top off.
Okay,
I'll
here
hold
we go.
it. Oh,
Y'all,
that's what the
look
inside
at that
looks like.
pattern. Look at how the bristles of your brush are going to create that lather amongst those little raised ridges.
Here it is.
And for the artwork itself, we chose the Barbers. Look at that. Y'all, an old barbershop tattoo sort of artwork.
Man. And on the back side, you got all your tools.
Straight razor and a brush. Is this not extraordinary? And it fits perfectly in my hand. And look at this. It fits perfectly in hers.
It even has its own custom padding in here. My goodness.
So we have my 50th birthday barbershop brush from Grizzly Bay that we're going to use today to build our lather. Stay tuned. And what is our soap today?
We have a fun St. Patrick's Day collaboration one that sold out already twice. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all. Now let's solve a mystery here right at the beginning. Is this an homage to Green Irish Tweed? I think not, but
I don't
gotta be
think so.
connected somehow because dark Irish countryside,
Maybe.
Green Irish Tweed.
But it
Who
was for
knows?
St. Patrick's Day, so that could be the
There
one
you go.
tie-in.
From the sales page.
Dark Irish Countryside was created with Daniel Mahoney of Shamrock Shaving Customs as our St. Patrick's Day release, inspired by the real landscape of coastal Ireland. So that
Well,
might be your answer.
There's our answer because Green Irish Tweed does not actually smell like Ireland.
Right.
At least, I don't think so. Rob?
This scent takes you on a journey from cold Atlantic air through mossy bogwoods up into deep green rolling hills. It opens fresh and finishes grounded.
You didn't hear these yet, but bergamot, fresh ocean air, juniper, oak moss, watery florals, daylily, vetiver, tobacco flower, oud. Y'all,
a lot happening here.
I don't think we're looking at Green Irish Tweed here.
Wait, there's mushroom. Did I read that right?
Old woods, rich ground, deep but never sweet. The scent is Irish by environment, complex but not perfumed, fresh at the start, earthy at the finish, and dark without heaviness. Built on Bradford 2.0.
Performance first, atmosphere second. No shortcuts.
And y'all, we recently had Eric as our guest on
We
our
did.
In Conversation series over on Instagram. He is one of the nicest and smartest artisans we have ever covered on our show, and we are so excited to take this one out of the box. All right, here's how they come from the Cajun Blade.
Ooh,
We
lots
got
of
lots of
popcorn.
popcorn to play with here, and let's see
What do we got?
we've God.
What is happening?
Wait a minute, hold on. Marcus, thank you so much for your order from Eric. Thank you, buddy. All right, you open the splash.
Okay, I'll work
I will
on
open
the after
soap.
sauce.
I want y'all to see this label. Is that not beautiful? Oh, and there's been a bit of a glow up with these tubs. Hold on a second. This is the one that Devour came in from 345. Whoa.
And y'all look at it's green for St. Patrick's Day.
The after sauce. Y'all, I'm so excited because I am still in my Irish phase of things. I used Twee a couple of nights ago. Well, Irish eyes are smiling. Come along with us for this first impression. I am curious now seeing that he says not sweet, and in fact he makes a point of it, because green Irish Tweed is very sweet. I'm kind of curious to see where this is going to take you.
Oh, are you making me go first?
Oh,
my goodness.
You get today's first impression.
Well, there's even a rainbow on the label.
I know, it looks like Lucky Charms on the label, but I think we might be in for something darker. All right, here we go.
It's still technically March, so we're counting that this is still a St. Patrick's Day.
Totally, 100%.
All right, here's the lovely pour, my friends.
There's no snakes within 10 miles of this building right now.
There were a lot of scent notes. I have no idea what's going to be waiting for me.
All right, take it in. So curious.
It does have the thumbprint of a lovely Cajun blade. I gotta say, it's got Eric's little fingerprint in there, but I love getting to know that different. There's parts that are somewhat familiar that I can tell are his, and then it takes a total turn. I'm like, this must be where the Daniel side jumps in, because they came up with this together.
Right.
It's a lot brighter than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like super bassy, super dark. I mean, it's dark is the first word,
right?
But there's charming sides to this as well.
Oh.
Like, I am outdoors. I'm not exactly sure how that's happening, but I think the little gentle aquatics makes me feel like I followed like a river to this place, maybe countryside, but like maybe there's water nearby.
But mentions the Atlantic.
I really thought I was going to be hit over the head with like a vetiver and greens and all that stuff, but it's not. It's a little tamer. Like, I really am enjoying this countryside. It's not like I have my face in the grass.
Is it sweet?
It's nature's gentle sweet. It's not sweet like gourmandy. I guess gentle is where I would put it. It's not even sweet to like make it florally sweet or like fruity sweet. Like, I think I would associate those with more sweet, but there's something in this that I would reach for to use for St. Patrick's Day. Like, it doesn't go as green. Some of the other ones kind of come off way more masculine.
Right.
This is more like a place, a location. It's not so green and not so on the dapper side that I wouldn't use it. There's charming sides to this. So I don't know exactly how that's happening. I think it's more of the florals that are in here, but they're gentle, lighter florals, and they're really helping just have like the sun is up kind of a vibe for me. It does smell kind of expensive though. Like, it's not just painting the picture. There are special touches that are put in here. And I think it is the list of those scent notes. They're super complex, but they are very detailed in how they're connecting. Right. Like, I feel like I'm looking at one of those puzzles that don't come in a normal shape puzzle. Like, they're all crazy different pieces, but how they click together is like a genius way. And that's what's happening here. I love that there's things in here that are not familiar to me. And I think that's why I'm so stumped on how to put this into words. Like, I think I get it, and then I'm like, no, but that's a kind of a different twist than I was expecting. Nice. So I know you kind of peruse slightly, but even if we would have read every single one of those scent notes, I don't even think I could have found those, because I'm just enjoying what this vibe is creating. It doesn't go like green in scent, which is what I was expecting.
Right.
But it does have like a little dewy aquatic-y thing that comes through. It's not super dark and foggy to me.
Right.
Like, I do feel like there's sun at this countryside. So it has charming little points that come through, and that's like the sunlight on the flowers or something else that's happening in here that's taking the scent notes and kind of flipping them inside out. Like, I don't know how, but I'm getting like a Lucky Charms feeling. Not eating, not gourmandy, but there is just kind of like the lucky kind of magical side that I feel like somehow is happening here, because there just feels like everything has like a little sparkle to it in a way that they normally wouldn't. I think my brain is finding like a white, crisp, almost approaching sweet side to the florals, like a honey-ish kind of a thing. Not honeysuckle, but there's just something a little more fancy about these florals. They don't go quite feminine though. Like, they really do feel like it's just giving that countryside cleanliness coming through. So instead of going green, which is stereotypical like green Irish tweed kind of thing, it doesn't. It has more of a clean, lighter color to me going on.
Interesting.
So there are darks in here, but they're not with greens. So I think when you read soil, when you read mushroom, that I don't even know if I know how that smells, but there is something that is a basement floor to this without going as dark as it could. Like, it doesn't even approach too dark of an oody kind of thing, but there's a mystery dark side. It's not damp, so it doesn't go damp.
Right.
Like basement floor or
Right.
anything like that. It's just real. Like, I really do feel like I am at a real countryside somewhere with like a super cute cottage bed and breakfast thing going on. Like, it's painting a scene.
Right.
I really am trying to be like, is there a fruit in here that I know? Like some of the other ones he threw in, like a blueberry or something totally different. But it's almost like those natural earth-bound sweet things are in here, but it's not with fruits. And I think part of it is the magic of the florals, but they're not our normal florals, so they're kind of unrecognizable. I don't think I'm getting much wood stuff, but somehow I'm still like outdoors near trees maybe, but they're like super light, super clean.
I'm going to Ireland.
Please help. I'm
Y'all
loving
folks.
it.
All right, here we go. Taking it in.
See what you get. I feel like because there's so many scent notes, we're going to have totally different opinions.
Oh, it's lovely. It does start about halfway familiar to
Maybe.
me. If you know Neutral Ground or Atchafalaya, you are on some familiar territory here, but the cool thing is where it branches off from there. I'd almost call it a flanker.
Oh.
But it does go sweet for me at the center. Hold on a second. Let me figure out how. Well, it's almost like instead of the swamp, you're switching it for clover. You're switching it for rolling hills of green grasses. You're switching it for aquatics. I am definitely getting ocean, not swamp water. There's a little bit of salt in the air for me in this one.
But it's somehow like the dew on the plants
Right.
around or something. Like it's fresh
Right.
there.
It's not the same kind of like reedy grasses that
No.
we've seen in some of the others. Ooh. And it is long discontinued. I'm not even sure of its name, but there was like a green Irish fabric softener dryer sheet that my friend Kenneth's mom used to use on his clothes. And you know what? Let me clarify. I'm getting green in a very perfumer's fantasy note way. It's not like a rose stem actually green, like something in nature smells green, like a broken leaf or things like that. It's more like when you picture the Windows 2000 wallpaper
There you go.
and there's that hill of absolute perfect green grass that you just want to lie on your back and stare at the clouds all day. That's the green that's coming through on this.
And not like crazy vetiver, not the dark greens.
Not that grass, not real grass.
Like you didn't just mow the lawn. It's not that.
Right. Leprechaun grass.
There you go.
This is where leprechauns live.
That's what I meant. There's like a magical kind of Lucky Charmsy kind of thing happening.
Well, it trades in the swampiness for a freshness, for an almost ozony hit of ocean air through the Irish countryside. That's what this is. I did a play once called Bleacher Bums at Town Hall Theater in Lafayette, and it was done in rep with a play called The Weir. So we would do our show Saturday afternoon. They would change the set around, and they would do their show Saturday night. And some of the cast was the same. The cool thing is the entire show was done with an Irish accent. And you have to warm it up. You have to get into the accent in order to do it. So what they would do is the moment they walked into the theater at 7:15 for an 8 o'clock curtain, they would have their normal conversations. A lot of traffic out there today. Yeah, did you notice there was an accident on 24 right on the way? And the entire conversation was done in an Irish accent. So I was sitting in the office working on something on the computer, listening to the dressing room going,
Where am I?
did we hire an actual cast of Irish people to do this play tonight? And look at my face. The florals for me are 90% clover and 10% a sharp lavender.
Oh, maybe. Like, I feel like somehow my childhood playhouse, our clubhouse that my dad built,
Right.
my imagination says it smells like this.
Right.
Don't know how, but there you go.
It just smells happy.
It does.
Where Atchafalaya smelled a little bit mysterious, this just smells like a joyful noise. Well, y'all come along with us. We're going to look at these dark Irish scent notes and build you a lather in our new bowl. All right, y'all. From the Etsy page for a Cajun Blade, we start with scent notes of...
Bergamot, fresh ocean air, look at us, and juniper.
There are your top notes. There's ozone in there, as sure as my butt. Look south. Bergamot in a shave soap? How dare you? Juniper.
Yeah, that's the
glue
sneaky one.
that's bringing the other two together. I don't sense it as the juniper tree in the backyard. I just sense it binding with those two, adding a gentle sweet to the ozone.
It really makes me want to take a deep breath. Whatever that juniper is doing, I want to stay in that part of it.
It's funny, we just shot Baker Street for Sterling too, and that did not have a very prominent juniper in the middle either. It was using it for the same sort of cooling effect that this is.
Okay, ready? Strap in. Middle notes are quite an adventure, it looks like. We start with one of Marcus's favorites, oak moss.
But I don't get it. I don't get it in here in its character. And here's the thing about oak moss. Because I've done a little bit of reconnaissance as to why I don't like it. And laid that against instances in which I do like it. Here's the thing. Oak moss is one of these weird things that when you put it in alcohol, goes two different ways. Most things dilute. Most things in perfuming, it's easy. Not oak moss. The internal scent oil part blends beautifully with the perfume. The waxy part of the oak moss doesn't, and the perfume rejects it. So inside of your actual accord, there are these little tendrils that the oak moss sends out through the entire thing that does magical things to the other scent notes. That is how it's being used in here, not on its own, but for those fibers to be little tight ropes that these other scent notes dance on.
All right, ready to strap in for these florals. Because I was right. There's some in here, but I don't know them as well as I thought it is.
Holy crap.
Yes, all right. We have watery florals.
I get that.
Daylily.
Yes.
Geranium. Muguet or lily of the valley. And jasmine.
It's like a bouquet.
Some of these are kind of up for your own interpretation because you've got watery florals.
Well, I love that because it's like a big water lily.
That's what I'm thinking.
You're getting the
Lily
water
pad.
as well. It's a little bit humid. It's a little bit hot.
And then next to it, we have daylily. So that's like the out of water version.
He shares an apartment with Night Lily. They never have actually met.
Geranium.
Yes.
Okay.
This is your prominent floral in here. Is the geranium and the jasmine. The lily of the valley is hiding a little bit. Otherwise, this would have been sweeter.
Because usually it's a little bossy. So whatever the blend is of all of these florals, they are just creating a clean, white, vibrant thing for me.
I'm surprised he says never sweet. Because if you really don't like sweet, you might not want to look at this one. This does have a beautiful, subtly sweet core.
Yeah, but sometimes when you read sweet, you think like of a candied thing or a gourmandied thing.
Right.
To me, this is just like the natural sides.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But that doesn't go feminine. With reading that many florals,
No.
I wouldn't say this is that feminine.
Well, and I think because it's balanced out by these four inspired scent notes, we start, of course, with patchouli, giving it a little bit of a clean, herby sense. And then frankincense, which for me can get almost medicinal. And then that Windows 2000 green note of vetiver, but it's not the vetiver from Monstroso. No. It's a much more clean, almost cut
Gentle.
grass vetiver.
This one's a good one to put in here. Tobacco flower. That actually makes a lot of sense.
When my brain first caught tobacco, I was going to be like lies. And then I saw the rest of it, tobacco flower.
Yeah.
Right.
Because again, it's not a flower that we're used to, but there's parts of it that are familiar.
And then base notes. Here we go.
There is some oud. Okay.
Just to give it a little bit of a mysterious smoky note at the very base, and I love that. Oud is just as clean as it is smoky.
Yeah, and I would say next to all these other ones, it's actually helping keep it clean because we have cedarwood, balsam fir, mushroom, and soil. I'm just saying. I know, Marcus is not sure about the mushrooms. I do feel like it helps tame down the soil, and where oud adds this like classy, dapper, clean side, somehow it still makes us feel like we are in somebody else's soil. Not our homeland, but somewhere else.
And the mushrooms for me are kind of in the only way that I do like mushrooms. Shaved insanely thin and cooked on top of pizza. That's the mushroom type.
There you go.
And I don't get soil. Well, I mean, we've done Black Cathedral. Y'all.
It's interesting. My brain doesn't get a basement floor of like a color of black. It gets like a grayscale, deeper color gray, like almost kind of smokiness. So somehow that's how these are interacting in my visuals, if that helps. Okay, time for its maiden voyage.
This is our new Brousseau and Dove shaving bowl. We're so excited to see how this is going to actually work. We held a few of the prototypes, but we didn't actually lather when we had lunch with David. And full disclosure, we are going to buy a second one because constant viewers will know that we do not share brushes and bowls. But that's fine with us because they have another one with a little froggy on it that we really want to. All right, y'all. So I'm just going to push the soap into a thin layer amongst the pattern on this bowl. And I think what you want is a layer thin enough where see how the ridges still kind of poke through? That's what you're looking for. Now, one of the things that David mentioned when we had lunch was that sometimes the brush has a little bit of trouble getting the soap out of the edges on our normal shaving bowls. And when I did put our normal shaving bowls to the test, I realized they're right. The curved part of the brush does not exactly get all the way to the edges of the shaving bowl along the base. Y'all know this. So we're excited to see if this one might be a little bit different. This is our bougie sprayer from the Smaldridge family.
Yay.
Thanks, y'all. And to match the theme, this is my Barbershop custom created brush by Grizzly Bay. This was made in celebration of my 50th birthday. All right, here we go.
Maiden voyage.
Yeah,
Let's
I think we should
try.
both do this together. I'm going to go forwards and backwards and just start drawing the soap up onto the bristles. I don't want to build a lather yet, so let's see how this is doing. Oh, this is doing great. Actually, look, there's no lather being built, but the soap is disappearing
Into the bristles, which we like.
onto the brush. Right.
It has a nice height, though, so I don't feel like it's just going to explode out of the bowl.
Yeah. Right, look at this.
It smells wonderful, too, I
That
might add.
too. All right, and it's a natural fiber brush, so we're going to get a little more water into play here. And we like to keep building the lather until all the soap is gone from the bottom of the bowl, so we can make sure all of that goodness is in our lather. And then look how the bristles of the brush are going all the way to the corners.
They're kind of like splaying
Of
around the
bowl?
curve. Yeah.
Right, that's the magic of this. And while my Ollieworks bowl might be a tiny bit too small, and my giant head shaving KUN1 is a little bit too big, this is the Goldilocks zone for size, y'all.
And it actually has a lot more weight to it than I was expecting. So it kind of sits into your hand, which David was showing us. It's different. I think he said 6mm thickness. So there's a little bit more durable. It's meant to be more of like actually used, not just to sit on your shelf.
It's a tool.
It totally has that lineage vibe. Like you could pass this down to the next generation.
And that's the cool part about being in the wet shaving hobby. It's a tool to be used daily, but it is also an heirloom museum piece at the same time. And why? Because we are royalty.
We were a little worried about it being porcelain. We don't have any other ones that are glass or anything that could break because we were nervous with the sink and stuff, just in case. But talking to David and thinking about it, it is one that you'll put more care into because you know it's porcelain.
Now, this is a white bowl,
I was just gonna
so you're
say
not
that.
exactly going to be able to see the lather building up as if it was a dark blue kind of thing. But y'all, look at the peaks and valleys this is making. Are you kidding me? I want you to try this. Hold it in your hand.
Okay.
What a beautiful experience this is.
Oh, I actually really like the weight. I guess because we have a lot of resin bowls, they aren't that heavy.
No.
This actually feels kind of nice to hold in your hand. And I don't have the biggest hands, but this is easy for me to hold on to. I do love the design at the bottom. It's very pretty.
You can feel what those ridges are doing on the bottom of the bowl.
I get what you're saying about how the bristles actually hit that curve of the bowl in a different
corner.
way. Yeah.
Right. And y'all, again, the Goldilocks zone for height. Notice that the lather's coming right to the top of the bowl.
Yep.
But you can still see the gold rim.
I have to say, taking a whiff here though, I am getting a little bit more of the oak moss, a little more of the vetiver, not a takeover at all by any means, but it does scream a little bit more countryside than it did for me earlier.
Show them the bottom of the bowl.
I know, I couldn't help but show because it's got that gold little logo too.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Green Irish Tweed or Dark Irish Countryside whiff on 3, 1, 2. This isn't Creed at all. Eric started completely over.
I kind of get more of the depth now too over here.
I get a little more of the florals in here, but a little more of that greeny note that makes it Irish.
See, and I get more greens and I get more basement floor. That depth of it is actually coming through. This is fun.
And let me see if I can actually gather up all
There
of
you
the
go. That'll
lather
work.
that's in there, y'all. We do not do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet the way Eric the Cajun Blade does on his channel. Check it out. But we thought you might like to see what this lather looks like when it coats and covers a moneymaker. And y'all, this is with a Badger brush. Are you seeing this? Oh, the way that Lavender Diva is such a clean floral. A little bit of that is coming out in this too. Are you kidding?
I forget the display on this brush like takes over my whole face.
And it's kind of sweet the way that small white rocks
There you go.
kind of have a sweetness to them if you're a camper or a climber. Well, come on, y'all. We're going to wait for midnight in this dark Irish countryside and take this a little bit deeper. All right, here we go,
Okay.
y'all. I'm
It comes out
excited
fast
about
from what I
this.
remember, so
Right,
be
and
ready.
I love the color. Okay, just a tiny bit.
That
just
is a fun
drop
color.
or something there. Okay, and a drop or something there. I wonder if there's menthol in this. One way to find out. Ooh. I'm hit with way more of the green. Are you
Yep,
getting
now
that?
we're getting, not just because it's colored green, but I am getting it now.
And kind of in a leprechaun-y Lucky Charms Irish green way. I'm not sure how.
And the florals got so clean that they almost go spicy versus sweet for me
Right,
here.
but not in a marigold way. Because those don't go sweet before they get spicy. This does.
Like there's a crispness that I wasn't expecting.
And that ozone-y ocean air is beautiful over the top of this. And new for the Cajun blade, I think.
I think that's as sweet as it gets to me. Like there's kind of a sweetness in the fresh air. Like
Right.
there is just that dewy kind of Irish vibe,
Dewy.
and it's coming through.
Right, it's dewy.
I have to say, for the collaboration side of it, it's super fun to see
Right.
what people help push Eric to find. Because he even mentioned that in the live with us. Like, that's been the most fun thing for him, is what someone wants and where he takes it and how they collaborate.
Right.
Like, he enjoys that process. And I love what this has turned into, knowing what Daniel's nose has kind of put out on this. Like, I don't get as masculine as I do with most of the other
Right.
kind of Irishy homages.
Me neither.
So I am really loving visiting this dark countryside. Dark to me is just kind of like the depth of the scent. It doesn't actually make it go super dark, like
Right.
oody, like what you're expecting.
It's not danky at all.
And I can see why this has sold out twice, because it is quite a statement scent in a fun, gentle, revisited way.
And if you have this and you want to experience the oud, you really have to step back. You really have to take in all of the personality, and then you're going to get this sense of something else pervasive. Something else that doesn't really click or doesn't really belong, but it's not meant to. Because I think the center of this is bright and sunny, but I think it's surrounded by a veil of darkness, and that's the oud.
It's interesting because I knew it was a St. Patrick's Day scent. I thought I was going to reach for it if it was like a dark and rainy day for some reason. But this is way more versatile than I was expecting. Maybe spring, even all the way to winter. Like there's something you'd want on a hot day because I think it would cool you down. There's something in it that brings up the prettiness and kind of that little Lucky Charm smile side we were talking about earlier. It's just a good lift your spirits kind of scent.
And a morning scent. Absolutely. Get your eyes open. Feel like you're getting off the bench at a basketball game.
I did notice on their Etsy page, as of right now, the EDP is still available. So there is a way to still get your noses on this if you want to.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Bart Simpson enjoying his Lucky Charms over breakfast with his sister Lisa, and you're going to be digging through the package looking for the toy inside. And she's going to remind you, Bart, the non-marshmallow pieces don't go back in the box, they go in the trash, and they're going to get their own. So, head over to etsy.com/shop/the Cajun Blade Store to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with dark Irish countryside, and you know why this is a banger? Do you love Irish spring soap, especially around St. Patrick's Day? This is that exact same kind of lane, only with a Cajun blade sort of base on it and some much more refined ways of doing the clover and doing those green Irish senses in the top. A fabulous offering. I hope it comes back next year. And one of the best shaves you can get, y'all. What a fabulous base this is for a new artisan. And I think it has turned my Brusso and Dove bowl into my favorite shaving bowl. Absolutely functional, but absolutely a beautiful museum piece. Thank you, Eric and David, for this phenomenal shave. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to a Noble Order.
Yeah, y'all, all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are a lucky winner.
Best of luck. Well, today was a big day. We got to unbox this fancy bowl and meet this wonderful scent we've been waiting to get here.
Oh, and this has been making shockwaves through the community. They were kind of mad and they found out we weren't going to cover it, so we grabbed one of the last sets.
Yeah, I remember looking at the Etsy cart and there was like one left. I'm like, hurry, Marcus, we gotta get it.
So, David, thank you so much. Eric, we are so grateful to have this in our collection, and we will be porting your interview that we just did on Instagram over here to YouTube in the weeks to come, so stay tuned.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.